in my experience, I've known some funeral directors who get a bad review and they spend their entire 8-hour workday crafting an artfully worded response to the family. I would say that this would cut down on a lot of that unnecessary work and put you in a much better starting place for drafting one of these responses.
Welcome to the Direct Cremation Podcast with your hosts, Tyler Yamasaki and Will DeMichaelis.
Hi, and thank you for joining us on the Direct Cremation Podcast. I'm your host, Will DeMichaelis, funeral home consultant and former manager of the Omega Society, a brand that serves over 4,500 families per year. You'll notice that Tyler is not here with me on this episode, but like always, both Parting Pro and WD Group Consulting links are down below for our services, so be sure to check those out. Today, we're in the age of AI. It's a weird thing to think about, I know. Digitizing intelligence isn't something I thought I'd be living through in my lifetime. But alas, that is what we're doing. Now, while AI has some limitation, it also provides some tremendous value and opportunities to save time and outsource certain functions that we may not be good at. So in today's video, I'm going to share how to use ChatGPT to respond to Google reviews on your business. Now, I'll preface this by saying that I know a lot of companies are releasing AI-generated obituaries. This is not going to cover that. This is going to be more towards how to use a personal ChatGPT account as your own personal assistant in your funeral directing, i.e. responding to negative reviews. We'll do some other episodes on some other things, but I want to do reviews now because I found it was extremely interesting. So what I'd like to do is share my screen and go through an example of how I used it and show you what I do, and feel free to take it and maneuver it and make it useful for you. This is an example. Okay, so here we have ChatGPT. Okay, so what I want to do is open ChatGPT, and here's what it looks like. Now, I've already gone through this, but I'm going to show you from start to finish. So let's say you get a review, and I'm going to use my old company, Omega Society. So you'll go to your funeral home's business page, copy the review. This is just it copied. And then you're going to go down to send a message. And here's what I've written. So I copied the review from my business page. And then I come back here and I say, please formulate a compassionate response for the following Google review for the funeral home named blank. So this is where you would put your funeral home's name in. Okay. So if that's, direct cremation mortuary, that way you're actually prompting and giving context to the AI of who it's responding on behalf of. Okay. And then I put a colon here, and then I just put a quotation mark and then quoted the entire review and ended with a quotation mark. And then I said, for the review response, please keep in mind that the values at blank, so at direct cremation mortuary, are compassion, understanding, and care. Okay. So you have prompted AI with this business, the poor experience that they're responding to, and giving them context on how you'd like it to formulate the response. Okay. And then you just press enter. Okay. So we got the answer here. So, dear reviewer's name, I would like to begin by expressing our sincere apologies for the distressing experience you had with direct cremation mortuary. I'm truly sorry for the pain and frustration that our mistakes have caused you during what is already a difficult time. It is disheartening to hear about the issue you encountered, particularly regarding the communication and handling of necessary documents. Our aim is to provide a compassionate and supportive environment for our clients, and it's clear we fell short of these standards in your case. Yada, 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 so on and so forth. You can read the whole thing, and I'll leave this up here. The point in doing this is not so much that this is a copy and paste type of answer. What I was pleasantly surprised with was the level of writing was quite high. The fact that it integrated the parts of the prompt that I asked, and it generated a pretty lengthy response that I would use as a rough draft to the client, him or herself. I would use this as a starting point for responding to that review. Now, in my experience, I've known some funeral directors who get a bad review and they spend their entire 8-hour workday crafting an artfully worded response to the family. I would say that this would cut down on a lot of that unnecessary work and put you in a much better starting place for drafting one of these responses. So I wanted to show you that and show you at least its initial capability in doing something like this. So if you are one person that has trouble getting started, writing first drafts, writing emails from scratch, or responding to reviews from scratch, this is one way to use AI to help you out. Now, what I will say is never use it directly from ChatGPT. Number one, always read the entire response from ChatGPT. And number two, never copy and paste it directly for use for your business. I think that is a poor standard operating procedure to go down. And I think that you'd probably be best not doing so. However, I hope this was really valuable. At the very least, I hope that this intrigues you. And if you haven't tried ChatGPT yet, please do so. Hop on there, start fiddling around with it, try different phrasing of different questions. You can even Google ChatGPT prompts, and there's tons of guides on the internet on how you can structure prompts and even train ChatGPT to align with your company values or have a little bit more particular data on your company. So use it, really dive into it. I hope this was at least a nice introduction to ChatGPT if you're new to it, and I hope you log on and start diving in. Thanks so much. As always, this is the Direct Cremation Podcast. I'm your host, Will DeMichaelis of WD Consulting Group, and I know Tyler can't be here. He wishes he could be. He's a parting pro. And again, as always, our links for both of our services and products are in the description below. Thanks and take care.
Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you ever want to know more, please find us at directcremation.com.